Well, hello, my lovelies. Now, it is Friday, but it is also March the 14th. And that means it is steak and blowjob day. So, happy steak and blowjob day, chaps. And I hope you're having a better one than me. Because I am spending my steak and blowjob day heading back to the medical centre for the second day in a row, this time to have my bloods taken, and they will be checking my blood for nasty things beginning with C. Oh, well done on wearing masks, you two. So, 54 million people have told me that I should be as hydrated as possible. So I mainlined a pint and a half of Vimto and a half pint of water, and that means that I will almost inevitably wet myself at some point before arriving at the health centre. Bloody phone's falling out of the holder again. It's really annoying. I think it's too big, that's the problem. The centre of gravity is all wrong. These car holder things were designed for smaller phones. And my appointment is at 10 minutes past 2, which is annoying. Because that's lunchtime, and I didn't want to have lunch before doing it, so it's going to be a late lunch. And on the whole, make sure you stop, well done. On the whole, I'm not enjoying this. Well, I'm enjoying the view, look at that. Look at that. I should be grateful for the view, really, and grateful for the fact that I'm here and can enjoy it, because just think, hundreds or thousands of people right at this very moment will be inside looking at their television. I get to be outside looking at this. But yeah, the old phobia of having to go to the doctors, not particularly pleasant. The idea of them sticking a needle into you and taking your blood isn't particularly pleasant, although I don't particularly have a phobia or a fear about that. It's probably just not something you would do out of choice, is it? And yes, there's also the fear of what the results are going to be, but you know, that's where you have to let or try and force logic to come in over irrational thoughts, because let's take the worst case scenario. Well, I mean, hopefully we won't be, but let's take the worst case scenario. You're better off knowing, or they're better off knowing. As much as it would be something that you don't want to hear and would be life-changing to deal with, you've got to know. You've got to know. And of course, there's always a possibility that all remembering that. I think it's probably human nature that you dwell on the worst outcome. So it is worth reminding yourself that the worst outcome isn't inevitable. But yeah, the kicker on top of all of that is that it's interfering with lunchtime on a more petty level. Here we go. 1 minute past 2. So I really hope that they don't keep you hanging about for too long, because that will be delaying lunch still further. Day. We've had some squally rain. It was cold last night. It's going to be cold again tonight. But we've had some blue skies, a little bit of sunshine. And it's still mid-March. Can't grumble really. Now, St. David's Day is always a big thing for me. It was again this year, but I suppose that spring really properly kicks in with a vengeance when the clocks change. And we're not a million miles away from that now, are we? And that's when you can really start to plan doing things differently, fully come out of your winter hibernation mode. And start planning stuff to do. I've been having crazy thoughts about trying to do YouTube full time. Actually making a living from it. And that's crazy because there is absolutely nothing about any video that I've ever made or anything about my channel that would suggest that that would be a viable possibility. Let's try and let this bus pull out, shall we? There we go. Oh, and to thank me, he damn near drove into me. But it's a weird situation that unless you're doing YouTube full time, it's quite difficult to make the kind of content and the quantity of content. See, I almost drove past it again. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. The kind of content and quality of content that you would need to be doing in order to do YouTube full time. Now, am I going to be able to park? Good. Oh, I can shove it in here, can't I? Better still, I will shove it in here, as the bishop said to the actress. That way I can easily open my door. Right, here we go again, second day in a row. Right, wish me luck for this little step of proceedings. All right, back in a minute, darlings. Right, all done, darlings, all done. And there were no problems with that, to be fair. There were no problems with that, to be fair. Now, although there was a surprise, I'm not as tall as I used to be. According to her doings, she weighed me. I am 13 stone 10. Pretty happy with that, to be fair. But she also measured my height. Now, I've always been 6'5". Apparently I'm not anymore. Apparently I'm just on 6'4" now. So there you go. I suppose that's age and curvature of the spine, isn't it? So that's the. Are you going to let me go as well? Oh, that's very kind. Anybody going to let me out? You're going to let me out. Thank you, Mr. Duckmanton Taxis. Yeah, so no news is good news, apparently, when it comes to the blood tests. So if I get a message, it's bad news. If I hear nothing, we're okay. So it does give you pause for thought, this. With the best will in the world, it does all give you pause for thought. Just, you know, you carry on your normal life, don't you? And suddenly something comes along to jerk you out of the complacency in which you normally sit. Right, I'm just nipping in, it's 2:20, so I'm just nipping into the co-op to get something quick and easy for lunch. See what they've got. Right, on the way back home now, darlings. I picked up a short date salad, reduced to clear. So yeah, oh God. A bit eager there, wasn't he? So that will be my lunch when I get back to the cottage. Right. Got an hour and 3/4 until it's time to go to work. So first thing, lunch. Okay, darlings, back in the car, and it's time to go to work. I owe. So off to work I go. Oh, and the most important news of all. I wonder if I'll be able to zoom in. No, you're going to be hidden behind the wall now. But the most important news of all, behind that wall there, darlings, lammies! I've got lammies! Beautiful, adorable little black lambs. Oh my God. They'll soon be moving into my field, so we'll be sure to get plenty of footage of them then.
Wheels roll slow through stone-carved trails. Grass whispers soft with breezy wails. Clouds stoop low to the valley's spine. A timeless dance through space and time. Oh, winding roads that twist and bend. where beauty starts and has no end. The peaks they rise, the earth they keep, through roaring skies or silence steep. The moss-clad walls, the sheep stand guard, a kingdom rough yet strangely charmed. With every turn, the cliffs do call, a grand duet through nature's hall. Engines hum with a tender croon beneath the watchful gaze of noon. The headlights carve through twilight's ink, a fleeting moment on the brink. The heather blooms 'neath skies of gray, as golden beams chase clouds away. A fleeting world, but etched so deep, the heart of peaks where dreams do keep. Oh, winding roads that twist and bend, where beauty starts and has no end. The peaks they rise, the earth they keep, through roaring skies or silence deep.
Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy. Well, what a night that was. As in, what a rubbish night that was. God, we were quiet. What's going on, man? Absolutely dead as a door now. Well, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but for a Friday night, that was pretty poor. Not just us either. I had a wander around town, see what the score was, and it's just a quiet night here in this little town. So I've been doing a bit of daydreaming, a bit of planning, a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of chitty chat. Can't beat a bit of chitty chat, can you? And there you go. Right. Let's give the old windscreen a west, shall we? Give you guys a chance of seeing where you're going. Yeah, so nothing to report, darlings. Nothing to report. So I shall bugger off, listen to some music, and I'll come back to say goodnight when we're nearly home. Catch you very much in ein bisschen. Here we go, darlings. The street lighting comes to an end. The road becomes de-restricted, and we can put our foot down. Bloody hell, the road surface is terrible here. Every year it gets a little bit worse. very slightly exceeding the speed which the constabulary deemed to be suitable for this road. I'm all in favour of very strict laws, as long as they don't apply to me. And it's amazing how quickly you transfer from the outskirts of a town and urban environment into, well, really quite a rural environment. Bit of altitude helps. Anyway, darlings, that's about it for today, isn't it? We will very soon be seeing the welcoming, twinkling, oh god, sorry, I had to talk through a burp then. Dear me. The welcoming, twinkling light of dear old Windy-Bottom. Thank you for your company today. Thank you to everybody for all of your messages and comments on today's video, and support on the live stream. And yeah, thank you everybody for being you and wonderful, and thank you for being there. It's very much appreciated. So let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night and a decent day tomorrow. Am I anywhere near straight? Probably not. Never mind. Okay, darlings. Much love from me. Look forward to seeing you next time. Good night.